Including yesterday's VCR, we've been selling some vintage electronics, and they've been selling pretty well for us, so we're pretty happy. We had a VCR go yesterday, and then two more things today, and one was for a pretty high price. As author Anthony Brandt has said, other things may change us, but we start and end with family. I've been picking the Commonwealth for 20 years, searching high and low at yard sales, thrift stores, antique malls, garages, and sometimes even barns for treasures I can pass on to new homes through eBay. But now, as I watch my little ones growing up before my eyes, I find that my real treasures are right here with me every day. So join us as we pick, flip, and resell on our 2 eBay stores and in our 3 antique booths. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin and we are in the eBay cave, and we've sold, including yesterday's VCR, we've been selling some vintage electronics, and they've been selling pretty well for us, so we're pretty happy. We had a VCR go yesterday and then two more things today, and one was for a pretty high price. So we're going to look at the things that sold that were vintage electronics, and we're going to look at some of the other things that sold as well. Let's take a look. All right, first thing is kind of a Commonwealth Picker staple here, and that's an ashtray. And if you've watched the show for a while, especially in the summertime, I pick up ashtrays almost whenever I see them if I think they can make a couple of bucks. It's a problem. I think it's an illness that I have. I don't know. And this one didn't sell for much, but you know, when I see something like this for 50 cents or a quarter, I pick it up because I'm like, I know I can make $3 on that thing, and I probably should just leave it there. Anyways, it sold for $4 plus shipping. So yeah, I'll make a couple bucks on this thing, and I thought it was cool. It's the Order of the Moose Lodge. Now for me, it's kind of nice because I have those antique booths, and so I can pick up all kinds of ashtrays for 50 cents or a quarter or a dollar because I know I can get 3, 4, 5, 6 bucks. And we've sold the ashtrays pretty good out of those booths. We usually don't get more than 5 or 6 bucks for them, but I usually don't pay more than 50 cents for them anyways. And there are a few that we have sold pretty well. And I think there was one not too long ago that we got, like it was a blue one. And I think we got, it was like a goblet style. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was a specialty one, and we got like 50 bucks for it. All right, we had 2 golf club head covers sell from the Lost and Found golf course sale. And this is a sock version, and it's a Fly Z hybrid one, and this one sold for $10.21. So it's, you know, it's a 5, it's almost a 6, probably is a $6 profit on that one. And we're going to add that one to the total of our Lost and Found sale. We've been keeping track of that, but I have one more golf club head cover that came from that I'm going to show you as well. I feel like 20 years ago, I was selling these things on eBay, and there was hardly any out there, and I was selling the heck out of them. And now you can't get much money. Now, these aren't even in very good shape. If you find a full set and they're in good shape, you can still get pretty good money on these. The black and red ones are a pretty decent color. The brown ones aren't too good. There's a few, and then there's specialty ones like this that have certain golf courses from around the country that they've made like specialty ones, and those will go to collectors as well. This right here, in the condition it's in, and it's in really poor condition, sold for $6 plus shipping. So nothing amazing, but you know what? I'll take the $5, $4 profit, whatever it is. All right, and that brings us to the end of the page. I'll have to start a new one here pretty quick. $250 investment. We still have 2 brand new golf bags left, which are listed, I think, for around $80 to $100 a piece. And we have quite a few head covers, probably 50 or so left. And we're already in the profit for $37. So $287 from our $250 initial investment, and nothing but profit to go. All right, this one came from a private pick that I did that I haven't aired yet. It's a 2-part private pick because I was there for a couple hours. It wasn't amazing. I knew it wasn't going to be amazing because they had already had a yard sale. It was like what was left over after a couple of yard sales from essentially a family-run estate sale. And I knew there wasn't going to be a bunch, but if you're ever able to go in somewhere and you have all the time in the world and you can dig through things and you're the only one there, you'll find something that tons of people have passed up. And that's kind of what I do anyways. I kind of like am the scavenger who comes in after the fact, and I pick up the things like that'll sell, that'll sell, that'll sell, and I make the money that's kind of left over. It's not huge money, but it's kind of what I do. And this is, when I opened it up, I'm like, this thing is either brand new or it is in perfect condition, one or the other. And this thing, you know, I don't even know why people buy them, to be perfectly honest with you. It's black and white screen. I'm sure somebody will tell me below in the comments why people are buying these things. It's not for gaming systems. I cannot imagine people buying black and white systems. But it is black and white. It's battery operated, And of course, you know, this stuff won't even work with the digital signal now. You have to probably hook up some kind of adapter to it. But at any rate, somebody bought it. $15 plus shipping. I think I paid $136 for everything I bought that day. And I've already sold a few things, and we're already way back to making our money on those things. And we put a ton of stuff in the booth from that sale. So it's not going to make us rich when you see that sale, but we're going to make a few $100 off that thing easy. Maybe $500 to $600 if some of the nicer items sell. Plus, we got a lot of stuff that we're going to use. You're going to see some rocking chairs that I got on the porch of the Commonwealth cabin out there. I have like different sizes, you know, one for me, one for Blue Ridge Mama, one for Reagan, one for Turner, and I even got one for Bubba on the front porch if he'd ever sit in it with us. All right, we sold another Eneman, and this one I don't think is to a viewer. It went for $12.81. If it's to a viewer, Dan, thank you very much. If it's not to a viewer, we appreciate the sale anyways. Might as well take care of the second one as well, and I don't think, actually I do think this is to a viewer, even though they paid full price, $12.81. This is going to Emily. And Emily, thank you so much, and we hope he brings you good luck out there on the trail. All right, so here's an item that maybe if you've been around and been watching some of those garage sale videos, if you want to go back and look, you can see where I bought this one. It is, these garage sales were frozen or something like that. Go to the garage sale playlist and find the one that has, I think it has a woman in like a hunting outfit. It was so cold. And, or just type in Commonwealth Picker frozen garage sale, something like that, and you should be able to find it. Or if I can remember to link it, I'll remember to link it, but that's always a hit and miss. At any rate, this is a Mackie mixer is what it is. And if you remember that yard sale, she was really, really high priced. And the first few items, I'm like, oh my gosh, these prices are crazy. And some of the viewers are like, I can't believe you even stayed there after those prices. And I'm like, hey, you can find things. It was freezing cold. I knew there wasn't much competition. There wasn't many yard sales. It's actually the same day that I hit up that plush yard sale. Just a little bit later in the day I got there, and you know, on those freezing cold days there's not a whole lot of competition, and we got out there and she had tons of great stuff at this sale, but the prices were way too high. So I kept looking, and she underpriced this, and she underpriced a few other microphones and a few other adapters, but everything else was way overpriced. So I bundled it all together and I got her down to a price of $75 for this, for a vintage boombox, for a few of these adapters that I sold for $50 a piece, a couple of mics, I think I've sold one, a bunch of smalls, a bunch of, I think 2 fanny packs, which aren't great, a few other smalls in there. And so this item right here, I paid $75 for the whole lot. This thing sold for $90 plus shipping. So this made our money back and gave us just a little bit of a profit. And then all the other stuff we've sold is pure profit. So we'll probably end up making close to $200 off of that yard sale when it's all said and done, maybe $175, but at least $175, even though that yard sale was really, really overpriced. So you can still find things if you're persistent. I wouldn't advocate being persistent at a yard sale like that if there's 50 more to go to. But in that case, there wasn't much else to do that day. I think I hit like 6 total, and I made a ton of money that day. I will probably make over $2,500 on yard sales that day, because that plush yard sale is going to end up getting at least $1,500. A couple hundred from this one. There were 2 other good ones I found that day as well. And, you know, I'm going to make a bunch of money off of that day, and I only went to 6 yard sales, and usually I go to, you know, at least 15, if not 20. All right, we're going to finish it up with the Commonwealth Picker staple, which is Liberty University apparel. And around here, it's not too hard to find, and this is an XLT. So these, I thought this would sell a little quicker than it did, but I had a pretty good price on it. I think we sold it for $23 plus shipping. And so that's pretty nice. This one actually came from a private pick from Play It Again Rick out there. Play It Again Rick, thank you. This is probably the best piece in that lot that you sold me. He sold off a bunch of clothing. A lot of people are getting out of the clothing business. It's not a bad time to jump in there if you know what you're doing and you have systems in place. It is long tail, so I don't encourage you to get in unless you're prepared to hold on to some clothing. But I've got a few messages lately from people wanting to sell it all to me. And basically, I'm going to buy it, but at a premium price here, at a cheap price, or I'm not going to buy it at all. Now, I gave Play It Again Rick a little bit more than I wanted to, but it's because he's a buddy of mine, so I appreciate it, and we'll still make some money off of it for sure, especially this summer, because a lot of it is Under Armour and Nike Dry Fit, short sleeve stuff that we'll be able to sell a lot better in the summertime. All right, thanks again for joining us. And if you want to go back and look at that garage sale, if you haven't seen one, that was an interesting day for sure. We only showed a couple. I think I showed 3 yard sales in that particular video, even though we went to 6. But it was cold, and you'll see those prices, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I was persistent in there and trying to get a good deal out of them. So go check that one out if you get a minute. And as always, we'll put something interesting at the end of the video. And as always, thank you for joining us out there. We really do appreciate it every single day, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so we have a special guest here. We wanted to do a Homeschool Hustler little clip here real quick, but Sophie wandered down, and I see Boots over there too. Did you see Boots?
Yeah, she's hiding.
So Sophie, why don't you say hi, and then we're gonna kick you out of here.
Hi.
All right, we'll see you later, and watch this. Bad little kitty right there. All right, Reagan's joining us today, one of the Homeschool Hustlers, and she just got done with gymnastics not too long ago, and you did really good, didn't you? Yeah, you got some medals, huh? And you know what else you're doing good is you're helping us sell things on the Homeschool Hustler store. And you took pictures of that, didn't you? And tell us how you should, well, first tell us what it is.
A popple.
It's a Popples, and it's big kicks. It's a soccer ball. And it's over $24.95, and it'll go first class, probably 12 ounces. We're just going to put it in a poly bag, nothing special. And she took pictures of it. So what's your process when you take pictures of Popples?
Take the front, every side, and then I take the face, and then I put it up in a ball, and I take all sides of the ball, and then I take pictures of the tag.
All right, and you took pictures, and it's sold on the Homeschool Hustler store, and you're going to get $1, and you're going to get $1 to save, $1 to spend, and we're going to get $1 to donate. All right, thanks for joining us. Tell them goodbye.
Bye.
Forgot to show you that is a $17 profit, brings our total to $1,031 from our initial Plush Nirvana. I really like the name Mount Plushmore better. I'm going to change it on the next sheet. $156 purchase turned into, so far, $1,031.